The September housing market report is out. Joining me today is Geri Theis, President of Minnesota Realtors. Geri, can you share with us some of the trends you are seeing across the state?
Yeah, so it's moved a lot slower than we were hoping for. Of course, we wanted to see those numbers jump and people start purchasing houses and going back out there and shopping. I think what we saw quite a bit at a few of our banks, our mortgage companies, had already started anticipating that drop. And so many of those rates were already dropped. I know the one person I was working with only dropped to about 0.1% with that that half a percentage drop on the market. So we didn't see quite as much movement as we were kind of hoping we would get to see from that. What we're seeing out there right now, you kind of saw some of our numbers. Our purchase agreements statewide, they were down slightly, not a lot, but just a little. And then, of course, new listings were up, which we always like to see those new listings come back up. More inventory, the better to get people out and about on those. So, and I have to say, prices were still increasing. Not a big increase, but they are still, the median sales price did increase, and now we're up to about $350,000 statewide out there. So, we do have a lot of buyers and sellers that want to be moving, want to be doing something, and they've been just patient, kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. But I think now might be the time that you come out and you start going and looking around. If we wait too long, we can end up with what happened during COVID, where you had everybody waiting for that time, and then when they hit hard, and then people were losing out. So this is the time where you can get in there. We've got a little more inventory out there, and maybe get in before a whole bunch of buyers jump back in the market. So might be a great time to come out and start looking again.
And that's what I was going to ask you. You're talking a little bit about the inventory. How long are homes staying on the market on average?
Yeah, so our market times actually rose. They're up to 39 days. Of course, that's statewide, and we all know that every market is slightly different. So it just depends on what area you're out of. Just to kind of give you a little bit about what we're seeing statewide, regions such as like Hibbing, Virginia, and Bemidji, they saw the largest. Bemidji also had the largest gain in pending sales, and they were actually up. Let's see, I think they're up to about 6.2 months of supply. And so, of course, 4 to 6 months is a normal time period. So we do have like St. Cloud and Grand Rapids. They had noticeable increases in sales statewide. And I think the houses sold the most in like Duluth, North Shore regions, St. Cloud, Twin Cities. And, of course, then we also see where those prices are highest in those areas.
And, is this a tough time for first-time home buyers to be getting into the market? Because if you look like at the median price and then what, an average payment would be, is this tough for some first-time home buyers?
Yeah, it really is, especially when you have the people that are selling their houses. They have a little bit of equity, and they have something they can use for purchasing, and it just makes for a better time on the market for them. We still have limited inventory in those lower price range, and I think they're a little more susceptible to those interest rates. So when we start seeing the income prices, which they're starting to kind of come up, and then if we can get those sale prices to go down, that's a little bit more affordable market for our first-time home buyers. But we have some great loan programs out there, great down payment assistance to help people to get into those. But I do think when you're in that lower price range, you have a whole lot more buyers kind of waiting to see if those interest rates are going to drop, and not quite coming out quite as fast as we can. And when they do, they are competing with people that maybe have some equity and some cash on hand to help them purchase.
All right. Well, those are some of the key questions I had today. Was there anything else you wanted to hit on?
No, the main thing is always get a hold of your realtor. Your local realtor knows that market. They can tell you exactly what's going on. They can tell you if you want to list your house, how many houses they'd be competing against, and how quickly you could sell that. And when you're buying, they're going to be that first person. They're going to have first contact of what's new on that market. So making sure you talk to your local real estate realtor, real estate agent, and get a hold of them, and they can help you succeed against the rest of the competition.
Thanks again to my guest, Geri Theis, President of Minnesota Realtors.